إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار ثم أما بعد. So it came in a hadith an Abi Hurairah radiallahu anhu, and this is a rather long hadith but a very beautiful hadith, so this will probably take up the entire first part of this khutbah inshallah. And which عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه أنه قال أنه سمع النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول. So here he reported that he heard the messenger of Allah صلى الله عليه وسلم say, إن ثلاثة من بني إسرائيل أبرص وأقرأ وأعمى أراد الله أن يبتليهم فبعث إليه ملكا. Alright, so here in this part of there were three people from Bani Israel, from the tribes of Israel, in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He wanted to test them with His blessings and to give them whatever they wished and whatever they wanted from amongst His blessings, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would test them and test them in their gratitude for these blessings. And the three people, one was a leper, so he had a skin problem, so his skin was all messed up. And the other person was a person who had gone bald, and the third person is a person who was blind. So these are the three people, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent an angel to them, and the angel came in the form of a human being. And he took this form of a human to test them. And he said, فَآتَ الْأَبْرَص. So he went to the Abras. فَقَالَ أَيُّ شَيْءٍ أَحَبُّ إِلَيْكَ. قَالَ لَوْنٌ حَسَنٌ وَجِلْدٌ حَسَنٌ وَيَذْهَبُ أَنِّي الَّذِي قَدْ قَدَرَنِي النَّاسُ فَمَسَحَهُ فَذَهَبَ عَنْهُ قَدْرُهُ. So he went to the leper and he said to him, he said, what is the one thing that you want? And everything, anything in this dunya, what is the one thing you want? He said, I want a good complexion, a good skin, because obviously he's a leper, his skin is all messed up. He said, I want a good complexion and good skin. And he said, I want to be done away with this sickness that has caused all the people to insult me and laugh at me and joke with me. You see, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him the opportunity to have whatever he wanted, he was only concerned about the people. Do you think that this person is going to be a person who's going to show his gratitude for this ni'mah, for this blessing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given him? Well, all he was concerned about were the people laughing at him. He wanted the people to accept him. And let's see what happens to him. So he said after this, and he said, فَمَسَحَهُ فَذَهَبَ عَنْهُ قَدْرُهُ. And then the angel came and he wiped over him. And everything went away. And he had this beautiful skin and everything. And he was like, now he's happy. He's got the blessing that he wanted. He said, فَأَيُّ الْمَالِ أَحَبُّ إِلَيْكَ. And he said, what type of wealth is the most beloved wealth to you? What do you want out of money? And he said, Al-Ibl. He said, out of all of the wealth, to show you that this man was not even humble, that he chose the most expensive of wealth. Just like you're poor, you don't have a car. If somebody comes up to you and says, hey, I'm going to buy you a car, what type of car do you want? All you need is a car, something humble, something to get you from point A to point B, a Toyota Camry. But you say, nah, give me a Rolls Royce. Yeah, you're living in the projects, but now you want a Rolls Royce. Be humble. You need what you need. You need what you need to get the job done. But this man, he wanted the ibl. He wanted the most expensive of all the wealth. But he was given it. For Urtiya Naqatan Ushara. Al-Ushara is a female, a she camel that's pregnant, and it's been 10 months since she conceived. So it's ready to give birth. It's ready. So he's gonna have milk, he's gonna have now, mashallah, blessing, right? The best of all wealth. فَقَالَ بَارَكَ اللَّهُ لَكَ فِيهَا. And then the angel made dua for him. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you in this. فَأَتَى الْأَقْرَعَ. Now he went to the bald man. And he said what? فَقَالَ أَيِّ شَيْءٍ أَحَبُّ إِلَيْكَ. And he said, what is the most beloved thing to you? What's the one thing that you want out of anything in this dunya? He said, and he said, فَأَيِّ شَيْءٍ أَحَبُّ إِلَيْكَ قَالَ شَعْرٌ حَسَنٌ وَيَذْهَبُ عَنِّي الَّذِي قَدَرَنِي النَّاسِ. He said that you give me beautiful hair, and then you do away with this problem that I have that's causing the people to laugh at me and joke with me. Again, he's concerned with the people. He's concerned with the people. He only wants the blessings from Allah that's going to make him attain some type of status with the people. Again, I ask you, do you think this is going to be a person who's going to be grateful for that blessing? Let's see what happens to him too, inshallah. So he said, فَمَسَحَهُ فَذَهَبَ عَنْهُ قَدْرُهُ. So the angel wiped over him, and that thing that he despised was gone. And now he's given beautiful hair. He said, فَأَيُّ الْمَالِ أَحَبُّ إِلَيْكَ. And he said, and what type of wealth is the most beloved wealth to you? He said, al-baqar. And he said, give me cows. Again, poor. He's being laughed at by the people. He's miskeen. He doesn't have wealth. But he chooses what? He doesn't choose the humble type of wealth. He doesn't choose what he needs. He wants something that he can brag to the people about, just like his previous companion. فَأُعْطِيَ بَقَرَةً حَامِلَةً. And he was given a pregnant cow. Pregnant female cow, right? So it said, وَقَالَ بَارَكَ اللَّهُ لَكَ فِيهَا. And the angel said, may Allah bless you in this. فَآتَ الْأَعْمَى. And then he went to the blind man. فَقَالَ أَيُّ شَيْءٍ أَحَبُّ إِلَيْكَ. He said, what is the most beloved thing to you? What do you want in this dunya? He said, أَنْ يَرُدَّ اللَّهُ إِلَيَّ بَصَرِي فَأُبْصِرَ النَّاسِ. He said, I want only that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala return my vision to me so I can see the people. You see, he was not concerned with pleasing the people. He was not concerned with his status with the people. He just wanted this blessing that he lost. He wanted it back. He wanted it back so he can be grateful for it. So he said, all I want is my vision. Give me my vision back so I can see the people. فَمَسَحَهُ فَرَدَّ اللَّهُ إِلَيْهِ بَصْرُهُ. And then the angel wiped over him and he returned his vision to him. He said, فَأَيُّ الْمَالِ أَحَبُّ إِلَيْكَ. And what type of wealth is most beloved to you? He said, al-ghanam. Look how humble he was. He could have asked for any type of wealth on the face of the earth, but he was too thankful for the ni'mah. He said, just give me some sheep, some lambs and some sheep, some ghanam. So I can, I can just take care of business. I can have what I need. He said, فَأُعْطِيَ شَاتًا وَالِدًا. And he was given a female sheep that was giving birth, that was ready to give birth. And then after this, he said what? So after a period of time, قال Abu Hurairah, he said, فَأَنْتَجَ هَذَا وَوَلَدَ هَذَا. He said, so all of the animals, they gave birth, and then they gave birth again, and they gave birth again, حتى صار إيش, until it became what? حتى يكون لهذا واد من الإبل, ولهذا واد من البقر, ولهذا واد من الغنم. So it got to the point over time where this man, he had a whole valley full of camels, and this man had a whole valley full of cows, and the blind man, the former blind man, had a whole valley full of sheep. Now you see the wealth that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave them, and the type of dua, the barakah of the angel when he made dua for them. Allah, barakallahu laka fiha. May Allah place barakah in everything that you were given. Now let's see if they were going to be grateful for this blessing. So now the test comes, because with every blessing, everything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us, there's going to be a test tied to it. There's always going to be a test tied to it. And don't think that you're just giving something for you to enjoy. This is dunya. This is the hayat dunya. Just like the Prophet ﷺ said, and the dunya, sijin al-mu'min, or jannat al-kafir. This is a prison. This dunya is a prison for the believer. And it's a garden of paradise for the disbeliever. So don't think that you're just going to get something that you can just enjoy and have fun with. No, there's always going to be a test tied to it. And now let's see what that test is. He said, so now the angel took another physical form. He took their form, the form that they used to be, the form that they hated, the form that they despised, the form that, you know, that was the form that they used to get laughed at, and they used to get like stones thrown at them, and the people used to make a mockery of them. Now he comes in that form. He said, ثُمَّ إِنَّهُ آتَى الْأَبْرَصِ فِي صُورَتِهِ وَهَيَّتِهِ فقال رجل مسكين قد انقطع بي الحبال في سفري فلا بلاغ لي اليوم إلا بالله ثم بك أسألوك بالذي أعطاك اللون الحسن والجلد الحسن والمال بعيرا أتبلغ به في سفري. So here he comes now. The angel comes in the form of a leper. And he goes to the man, the former leper. And he says to him, he said, I'm a very miskin person. I'm very poor. And all of my wealth and everything has been cut off from me. And I can't get back home to my family. So he said, please, I ask you, by the one who gave you this beautiful skin and this beautiful complexion and gave you all this wealth, I ask you by him who gave you all of this, just give me one camel so I can get back to my family. What was the response of this man? This ungrateful fool who took the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and squandered it and got arrogant with these blessings. What was his response? He said, Al-haququ kathira. He said, I have too many people that I have to spend on. I don't have time to give you anything. I have too many people under my control that I'm responsible for. And he said, so the angel told him, he said, كأني أعرفك. It's like I know you. ألم تكون أبرص يقدروك الناس فقيرا فأعطاك الله. And he said, it's like I know you. Then you used to be a leper. That the people, a leper that the people used to laugh at and used to insult. And you used to be poor. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave you all this wealth. Again, look at the ingratitude. And look at the arrogance of this person. He said, إِنَّمَا وَرَثْتُمْ هَذَا الْمَالِ كَابِرًا أَنْ كَابِرًا. He said, verily, I have only inherited this money from, my father and my grandfather, like from all the people that went before me. He said, so the angel, now remember, when he was giving him the blessing, what did he say before the test? He said, Barakallahu laka fiha. He said, may Allah bless you in this. But now the angel, before he leaves, he makes another dua for him. He said, in kunta kadhiban, fasayyarakallahu ila ma kunt. He said, if you're lying that this is not the truth, then may Allah return you to your previous state. May Allah return you to how you used to be. Return you to a leper. Return you to a poor man. Return you to being laughed at by the people. And then he left. And of course we know what happened because we know that he was lying. Alright. And then he went to the bald man. فقال له مثل ما قال لهذا ورد عليه مثل ما رد هذا. And then he said the same thing to him. He said, I'm a poor man. And he came in the form of a bald man. The same thing, I'm poor. I don't have a way to get back to my family. Just give me one cow. Just one cow so I can get back to my family. And the same response. I have, too many responsibilities. I can't give you anything. Go away. Didn't you used to be a bald man? Didn't you used to be poor? Allah gave you hair. Allah gave you money. Now what? And he said, no. What? I just inherited this from the people of the past. Look at the arrogance. Look at the ingratitude. فَآتَ الْأَعْمَى. And then he went to the blind man. The blind man, the humble man. The man who only wanted to see the people. The blind man who only wanted the sheep instead of all this big wealth. And he said to him, فَآتَ الْأَعْمَى فِي صُورَتِهِ وَهَيَّتِهِ. So he came as a blind man and a poor man. The angel took on the same form. He said, فَقَالَ رَجُلٌ مِسْكِينٌ ورجل مسكين وابن السبيل انقطعت بي الحبال في سفري فلا بلاغ لي اليوم إلا بالله ثم بك أسألوك بالذي رد عليك بصرك شاة أتبلغ بها في سفري. So he told him, he said to him what? He said, he came to him as a blind poor man. And he said, look at me, I'm just a miskin person. Ibn Sabil is a person who's trying to get from one place to the next. And he's traveling, but he got cut off he has no money to get to where he's trying to get. So he said, I'm just this person, and I ask, and all I have now today is with Allah and then with you. So he said, I ask you by the one who returned your vision to you. Just one sheep, one sheep that I can use to get back to where I'm trying to go to. Now, what do you think his response was? Do you think his response was like these other two fools that took the blessing of Allah with ingratitude and they got returned to the state that they were in? He said to the angel, he said, قَالَ كُنْتَ أَعْمَى. He said, I used to be blind. فَرَدَّ اللَّهُ إِلَيَّ بَصَرِي. Already, he's letting you know who gave him this blessing. He understands that this blessing came from Allah. It didn't come from his fathers and his grandfathers. It came from Allah. That Allah gave him this blessing. He said, and Allah returned my vision to me. He said, خُذْ مَا شِئْتَ وَدَعْ مَا شِئْتَ. He said, take whatever you want and leave whatever you want. For وَاللَّهِ مَا أَجْهَدُكَ الْيَوْمِ بِشَيْءٍ أَخَذْتُهُ لِلَّهِ عَزَّ وَجَلَّ. He said, I will show any difficult for you I will not stress you about anything that you take for Allah. Whatever you want to take it. I don't care, take it. You want 1 sheep, you want 50 sheep, take them. And then what did the angels tell him? After he shows this gratitude, he said, Amsik alayka malik. He said, keep your money, keep your wealth. He didn't say that to the other people. He returned them to their previous state. He said, Amsik alayka malik. فَقَدَ رَضِيَ اللَّهُ عَنْكَ وَسَخِطَ عَلَى صَاحِبِكَ. After that, he said, فَإِنَّمَا أُبْتُلِيتُمْ. He said, verily you two, all of you three, you have been tested. Allah has tested you. وَقَدْ رَضِيَ اللَّهُ عَنْكَ وَسَخِطَ عَنْ صَاحِبِكَ. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has been pleased with you. And he's been displeased and he's angry with your two companions to the point that he returned them to the state that they were in. So we have to understand, we look at this beautiful hadith that's in Bukhari and Muslim. Very beautiful hadith. And how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tested the people. And do you think that he's not going to test us the same? Do you not think that he's going to test us with all the blessings that he gave us? But the thing is who do you want to be like? Do you want to be like the leper? Do you want to be like the bald man? Do you want to be like the blind man? The blind man, the humble man that took the blessings of Allah, that just wanted what he needed? Or do you want to be like the leper and the bald man who acted arrogantly and with ingratitude? Everything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us is a blessing. He gave us vision. He gave us the life. He gave us the ability to seek knowledge. He gave us Islam. He gave us a house over our heads and food on our tables and beautiful children. أَفَلَا نَشْكُرُ. Will we not be thankful? Will show our gratitude? So when you get tested, and we're all going to be tested, just remember this story. Remember this, because any test could be the test that causes your own destruction. If you don't show gratitude with this blessing, the biggest punishment in this life, is that blessing gets taken away from you. And there's nothing more of a punishment than getting returned back to your previous state. See, when you're poor and you're being patient being poor, it's easy. It's not easy, but you can manage it. But when you get the taste of being rich for a long time, and then you have to go back to being poor, what an extremely, extremely bad punishment that is. And how difficult that is. So if we want to keep these blessings and muhafadha, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protects these blessings with us, we have to show that gratitude. We have to be humble. We have to show gratitude, and we have to stay in the obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وأقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المؤمنين. So, Ka'b ila Ka'b, Mankib ila Mankib. Finish the first row first, and then the next row, and the next row. Ankle to ankle, shoulder to shoulder, closing the gaps. Allahu Akbar. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. آمين. سبح اسم ربك الأعلى الذي خلق فسوى والذي قدر فهدى والذي أخرج المرعى فجعله غثاء نحوا سنقرئك فلا تنسى إلا ما شاء الله إنه يعلم الجهر وما يخفى ونيسرك لليسرى فذكر إن نفعت ذكرى سيذكر من يخشى ويتجنبها الأشقى الذي يصلى النار الكبرى ثم لا يموت فيها ولا يحيا قد أفلح من تزكى وذكر اسم ربه فصلى بل تؤثرون الحياة الدنيا والآخرة خير وأبقى إن هذا لفي الصحف الأولى صحف إبراهيم وموسى. الله سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. هل أتاك حديث الغاشية وجوه يومئذ خاشعة عاملة ناصبة تصلى نارا حامية تسقى من عين آنية ليس لهم طعام إلا من ضريع لا يسمن ولا يغني من الجوع وجوه يومئذ ناعمة لسعيها راضية في جنة عالية لا تسمع فيها لاغية فيها عين جارية فيها سرر مرفوعة وأكواب موضوعة ونمارق مصفوفة وزرابي مبثوثة أفلا ينظرون إلى الإبل كيف خلقت وإلى السماء كيف رفعت وإلى الجبال كيف نصبت وإلى الأرض كيف سطحت فذكر إنما أنت مذكر لست عليهم بمسيطر إلا من تولى وكفر فيعذبه الله العذاب الأكبر إن إلينا إيابهم ثم إن علينا حسابهم. الله الله سمع الله لمن حمده. الله الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Inshallah, just to let everybody know, because me and all the brothers were out of town, so inshallah tonight, we're going to continue with the classes from tonight, inshallah, on, between Maghrib and Isha, inshallah, with the live stream. You guys know.
It's all right, brother. 1 second before you guys take off, inshallah. Brother Omar's oldest son, Hashim, very beautiful brother. He's one of the brothers who I believe that the community is lifted for, special needs brother. Alhamdulillah, he's having surgery today. So inshallah,